that bring our Central Coast community together. One Central Coast restaurant offering free spaghetti dinners to those in need during the COVID-19 recession. Action News reporter Christopher Salas shows us how one act of kindness is feeding hundreds.
It all started with a sign.
That sign started a chain reaction of some pretty amazing things that I'm going to tell you about.
Horace Mercurio has owned Coffee Mia for a dozen years now.
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood. How's your family, everybody?
He says even during these difficult economic times brought on by COVID-19, he's still blessed to be open, to work every day, and to greet his customers.
Paul is one of our regulars. He came in a few days after the whole social distancing and lockdown and asked how we were doing. I said we were struggling. Well, 2 days later, he shows up for lunch. He says, I've got something for you.
Horace walked out and saw that 15-foot construction sign, letting people know Coffee Mia is still open.
That Saturday morning after the sign was up on Friday, I get a call from Nehemiah, the pastor, saying, Horace, it's Nehemiah, so what can I do for you?
Nehemiah, pastor of Ocean Rock Church in Marina, offered to buy 66 pasta dinners to help Horace's business and to feed some of his needy parishioners.
While this is going on, one of my customers overheard the conversation.
That customer offered to pay for all of the meals.
He said, look, people are hurting right now, and I'm not one of them. I want to just help people out.
Horace told his son in Seattle the story, and his son told his fantasy football buddies.
Within 20 minutes, they raised $1,000.
Word of mouth and social media have the donations pouring in,
which got the ball rolling to the point where right now we are feeding people every day. Anyone that's hungry can come in here between the hours of 2 and 6 and receive a meal.
Horace said during these uncertain times, he's hoping this sign will continue to be one of hope and community.
We have been so blessed to be able to do this and continue to by people's generosity.
I love you. Bye, sweetie.
Just show up. And if you've got a group of people that you need to get taken care of, call us ahead of time. We'll do what we can to facilitate it.
Horace says so far they have been able to hand out over 600 meals, including the Veterans Transition Program and the Pueblo Del Mar Family Recovery Community.
Blossoming with a special delivery for 80-year-old Jenny McDermott.
Oh, can't believe it. How lovely.
Flowers ordered today by a perfect stranger.
Somebody who, just wants to spread some cheer.
What a lovely idea.
Inspiring many, Amelia popping into Poppies and Amber in Manly to grab a bunch for her elderly neighbour too.
I think it's pretty common for people to want to help each other out. It just feels like a natural thing to do.
The Kirribilli Ex-Services Club has turned into a delivery service offering packages of essentials for the vulnerable.
It's a lifesaver. It's done with kindness and generosity.
Our staff are part of the community that we're trying to look after.
Even the police are showing off their softer side.
It's not always a positive light that police get seen in, so it's kind of nice to, change things a little bit. And
bringing goodies for kids at home and part of the PCYC.
It was kind and generous of them.
More and more random acts like this proving kindness is more contagious than any virus.
In Chipping Norton, sunshine is being dropped on doorsteps. The answer to a crisis, a little spray of love.
Adjustments right now, but what do you do when your mission is to serve the most at-risk population? Well, you pivot the business model. Evan Millward shows us how a change in operations for one senior center is leading to acts of kindness.
The sign says it's the Hyde Park Center for older adults, but that's a bit misleading.
Our name is Hyde Park Center for Older Adults, but we don't just service Hyde Park. We service the surrounding area, actually the east side of Cincinnati, 7 neighborhoods.
Right now, Executive Director Shelley Gehring says if you live anywhere near those neighborhoods, which include Madisonville, parts of Norwood, and the East End, this center wants to help.
We're reaching out. We want to help as many people as we can during this crisis.
Since the center can't be open, it has gone mobile. No more congregate meals. It means these meals are going directly to seniors.
Because a lot of these people are either on a fixed income or, have mobility issues to where it's hard for them to get out and get the stuff for themselves.
Normally, Sean Stewart would be picking seniors up. Now he is dropping off. 5 frozen meals every Monday. He keeps a safe distance, but still checks in. It's a big pivot for the center, and like everyone right now, leaders had to make it fast, so they're building as they go.
They're staying in touch, and how are you feeling, and we're going to feed you.
I stayed a distance from the clients, too, for safety. Peggy Harris would normally come for lunch 3 times a week. Now she gets delivery.
I'm able to do yard work, so that's a blessing, but I'm staying in. I'm following protocol.
The center's launching another new feature for seniors stuck at home. They call it social bridging, the companion to social distancing.
For anything from help with crosswords, good recipes, looking for a pen pal or anything like that. That's what I'm here for.
Katie Weber's taking that up for seniors like Peggy in Hyde Park.
You can't beat that.
Evan Miller,
Right now,
WCDN.
today's happy heroes are 2 local police officers stopping their morning patrol to help a struggling pensioner. The senior constables mowing the lawn to save the 85-year-old from the heat in a heartwarming act of kindness caught on camera.
They say the grass is always greener on the other side, but right now, in the middle of a global pandemic, it's pretty green and freshly cut at Bill's place, thanks to 2 big-hearted officers in blue stopping their morning patrol in Loganholme to finish off the lawns for a struggling pensioner.
All of a sudden, this great big police van stopped alongside, and I thought, what the heck did he want?
Senior constables Jim Daniels and Megan Holly saving Bill from the oppressive Queensland heat and taking over the tools.
It's too hot for you to be out here mowing the lawn. He said, I'd like you to go inside, get a glass of water.
A pure, unadulterated act of kindness unknowingly caught on camera by joy-filled witnesses.
So cute.
Bill has been watering this lawn for 33 years, but at 85 years young, the helping hand from 2 kind constables really made his day. Not even a little bit upset about letting another man cut his grass.
He was a bit quicker than I was.
Yeah.
I think he was a bit fitter.
A much-needed reminder that a little love goes a long way.
A big shout out to them. A big shout out to our officers in what is extraordinarily difficult circumstances at the moment.
It was a really nice, kind gesture, and it really saved me a lot of trouble.
Sophie Upcroft, 9 News.
Definitely. I mean, we're putting out lots of teddy bears like everybody else is, and that's really nice to see. But yeah, keeping in touch with everybody really. So yeah, it is nice actually just to say hello to people, and because we're all in the same boat. Yeah, so there's a guy at the end of the street who happens to work at the same place as me. So when we had a little get together in the street the other night, there was one man sitting by himself and everyone else was kind of talking in groups. So I went over and said hello and chatted to him, and then this other guy came out and he introduced himself, and I thought that was really strange because Colin and Bob have lived in this street for like 9 years and they've never spoken. Yeah. That's the impression I got. He comes over and introduces himself. So I thought that was really nice. And we've lived here for 4 years, and yeah, it was just nice to talk to people and find out what they do, One lady sells teddy bears, another guy's a meat inspector, another guy's retired. Is he retired? Just, it's nice. Met another lady's husband, never seen him before. Yeah, so all the owners are sitting in their driveways on picnic blankets and bean bags, sitting in the driveways. And because we live a little bit further down the end of the street, we're standing in the middle of the cul-de-sac and just kind of like going up to each driveway and talking to people.
Yeah, but still keeping your
you're definitely keeping a distance. Yeah, I mean, I've got a little bit of a cough, so I just kind of put this over my mouth when I cough as well. It's just, I have been to the doctors. Everything's all good.
Sweeps the world and the nation. A group of volunteers in Oklahoma is stepping up to help get groceries for people in need. As Nancy Chen reports, it's just one example of how the kindness of strangers is helping people across the country.
Hi, so I'm on a grocery run for a couple of members in our network.
Sarah Noble is on a mission. The Oklahoma teacher is volunteering to pick up food for a complete stranger, isolated because of the coronavirus.
A member needs paper towels, and you can see the shelves are pretty empty. She needs apple juice.
It's the work of the Oklahoma Grocery Network, a Facebook group created by Angie Buchanan, connecting people unable to leave their homes with Good Samaritans in the community.
I think that this gives us a sense of control and being able to do something for someone aside from ourselves, so it makes us not feel so helpless and overwhelmed.
Random acts of kindness, from singing to lift spirits, to sewing face masks, are catching on in the midst of the pandemic.
We can help the nurses and keep ourselves busy.
As restaurant owners deliver food to healthcare workers,
bought you something for lunch.
Renee Malloy has been visiting neighbors from a distance who are afraid and confined to their homes.
We walk up and down and talk to each other across the street. People nowadays don't even know who their neighbors are.
While the virus has separated communities, Buchanan says it's given her new hope.
People are really giving and really generous. If they just see the need, connect with it.
She says despite social distancing, the crisis is bringing people closer together by bringing out the best.
A random act of kindness amid a world of pain.
That's all. Thank you. That's all, everyone.
As dozens queued outside the Darwin Centrelink office, this cafe across the road started delivering free coffees.
We're all going through this. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. You know, it's all the territory. We're all here for each other.
Cafe owner David Cameron says it all started with a donation from a customer. He kicked in some cash of his own and soon the flat whites were running out the door.
So we started running it as well this morning. A few of our other customers then decided to jump on board again today. And so we'll keep running it for as long as we can.
And after this video was posted on social media, this small but thoughtful gesture has gone viral. The Duke Cafe is now delivering dozens of coffees each day to people waiting in the Centrelink queue. They say they'll continue to do so for as long as they're able to remain open.
It's just, you know, we're all in the same boat together, so it's, you know, we were talking last night and if they close us down, then it could be us standing there with our stuff.
How the community has come together.
Everyone is looking for ways to play it forward, and Katie Darcy raised $20,000 in 24 hours. She's using the money to buy food from local restaurants to feed healthcare workers on the front lines.
Currently, we have fed 2 shifts at the hospital, about 150 people at each shift. We probably engaged 15 to 20 restaurants in Summit.
Lots of people are coming out, lots of people are ordering cookies.
Local restaurants are surviving off these acts of kindness. In Asbury Park, the owner of the bakery Sweet Danny B sent us a video expressing her gratitude for the public's support. She's passing the ball and eating locally to help other businesses.
And I'm headed to one of the few restaurants that's still open for pickup and delivery for dinner.
Everyone appears to be catching the ball, and then they're playing or paying it forward. This little girl in Warren County's simple message of "you are great" is to encourage other moms in the neighborhood. Moms like Megan Ty, a mother of 5 small children in Pennsville Township.
It's just a very confusing time for them, not understanding what's really going on in the world right now.
That's why Ty started a teddy bear scavenger hunt in her community. People are placing stuffed animals in front windows or in front of their homes. This way families visually search while practicing social distancing.
It's just bringing a lot of joy to the community and to the families.
Ray!
In Hawthorne, a family posted on Facebook because all their son wanted for his 5th birthday was for a police officer to be there. The police did one even better and brought a giant police parade to his house. If you look close enough, you will see acts of kindness happening all around us.
Thank you.
This man with a simple gesture, his hand on his heart, standing outside the window of Morristown Medical Center, thanking those on the front lines for saving his wife. Look even closer, and you realize every act of kindness is allowing another one to take place.